Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another edition of the United Spurs of America podcast. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday. It's your boy Mike with your boy Jacob. We have our boy Colin joining us in a little bit, a very special guest today. But we have a lot to get into, Jacob. I know that there's not a whole lot of news coming out, but there's a kit that just launched for Tottenham, new home kit that dropped. We got David Raya news now. Apparently that's getting closer to being agreed. Apparently Jadon Sancho now is linked to Tottenham Hotspur in some form or fashion. And we also have news about the academy as well to get into. But first of all, man, happy Friday. I'm so used to saying happy
old
Friday.
habits.
Happy
old
Tuesday.
habits there. Nice.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. How you feeling, my friend?
I'm good. Happy Tuesday. Happy Friday. If that's your state of mind, I'm perfectly okay with that. We know schedules fluctuate, but Michael, I'm doing all right, man. Life is hectic. The off season happened. I was kind of wondering when there's an off season for adult life. When is the off season for bills? When is the off season for all that? But you know what? We move regardless. There's some interesting news. I mean, Jadon Sancho, that kind of gets your attention reading a headline. Maybe it's a rumor that is dubious and fake. Maybe it isn't, but remains to be seen. I think we'll get into it, but lightly I'll say I think that Jadon Sancho would immediately walk in and be our starting right winger if we did bring him in. That's just my a hot take if you want it, but big up yourself if you're here in the chat. Sorry the start of the show got delayed. I had some personal stuff going on and it took me a minute to take care of it, but we're here now. We are live. We are a live as well. So big up Insman in the chat. We'll say what's up to the chat real quick. Also big up to the patron. You get your own little shout out there during the intro. Big up yourself. Phil P. Woo! Big up yourself, Phil P. Mark Swift, big up yourself. Talking Ball is in the house. He's also backstage, and we'll bring him on soon. But big up yourself, Talking Ball. Call Hotspurs. Big up Jacob, Mike, and chat. Big
YouTube
up
member as well.
Shout him out. Shout him out. Was that the first one? Yes, it was. Hotspurs. You get the first place prize for being the first member. I'm going to start keeping note starting today. That's a new thing I'm going to start doing. I'm going to keep note, and Hotspur, you are number one because you got. I'm going to keep note of all of the YouTube members, whoever the first one is to chime in the chat. Maybe we'll when we make merch, we'll send something out your way. You know, how about that? But big up yourself, Hotspurs. You got 1 point. Big up James Joyce.
I'm getting everyone excited in the chat. I said Friday, and everyone is like, oh, "I wish it was Friday." And I'm sorry, guys. Sorry for the blue balls there.
Milk meter on the poll answers. I didn't put the milk meter on there. Hey, I like that you're here for the milk meter poll answers. I'm interested to see. Yeah, there is a poll. If you are in the house, please do partake in that poll. Smash a like on the video as well. The question is, which rumor sounds the fakest? KANE to Madrid / another Prem team. Jadon Sancho to Spurs. David Raya to Spurs. Or is it David Raya? How do you say it?
Oh, I don't know, Spanish? Man. I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm not that far deep yet because we haven't agreed terms yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If he remains Brentford, then it's
after that,
see you
I'm
later.
Looking everything up. He's my goalkeeper. He's my number one. He's my one and only. You know, so that's how it is. That's how it is when you sign for Tottenham Hotspur.
Spurs doing good. I threw this last one in there kind of as a little monkey wrench. Spurs doing good business in the summer. Just because if you think it's a big fake rumor that we'll do good business this summer, I want you to select that. Big up Patrick Tyrant. Sorry for all these people if you're not here anymore, but sorry for the late start once again. Big up yourselves. Ellie's in the houses. Big up my boys Jacob and Michael. US of A, United Spurs of America. Can't wait to hear your take on all the latest from Tottenham. Big up Ellie, Tottenham's finest, Tottenham's own, Spurs ladies herself.
She's one of our own.
She's one of our own. That's correct. Big up Scott M. The original Patreon member says, Colin, I can't take another season of Dyer, or I'll start this for when we bring Colin on and see what he has to say about that. CFC OG, a rival YouTube channel member. He's a YouTube channel member, but he's a rival fan, but he's here to support. He's a good guy. Yeah, much love to yourself. CFC OG says, nice intro. Big up James George, man. I wish it was. We both. Sancho is still not all that, bro. I'm going to save this. Well, I'm just going to talk about it real quick, and Michael, I want to see what you think too. He's got some pace. He's got some
talent. He's
got
got
talent.
He's just consistent.
Someone's got to unlock them boots. That's the way I see it. Them boots are locked up. They're chained up. Someone's got to unleash them boots and really let him get flying. And I feel like he's one of those players, like a Dele Alli, where once his confidence starts rising in himself, he will naturally start performing like a madman.
I don't think I would pay more than 40 mil for him, though.
50's a lot. 50's a lot.
Yeah.
But if we're talking 35 for Kulu, I wouldn't mind spending 40, 45 on him. I'll take him for 45. Big up, Scott
Not my
M.
number one target, though. Not my number one target. Sorry, Scott.
Sancho needs to be more consistent. That's right. He's kind of flopped at United if we're calling it straight. Big up Patty Hartnett. Big up Ed says John. Big up Ed. Hey, been a long time, man. Hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. He calls me John because of the PlayStation tag. My PlayStation handle is John Stay Moist. So yeah, yay, top of the table. That's different for a Spurs fan. Sancho's inconsistent, says Rich. Big up, Rich. Let's see. He agrees he ain't worth 50 mil if that is the asking price. I mean, I feel like a little bit of that's the English tax, and you might just, how much did United pay? Didn't they pay like 80?
Like 90,
80, 90 for him.
Something
I mean, getting them for damn near 50% off, that's a good discount at the store. You know what I mean? If you're buying a laptop and it's still a laptop that could give you some performance, half price ain't bad in my opinion. Could be a interesting avenue to pursue. It's lucrative, and I feel like it's far off, like it's not going to happen. But if he did come, I would welcome him with open arms. Big up Tottenham Forever. Big up Ryan, says big up Jay. Big up GTV, big up G. Hope to have you on when we do. Let's do a scouting show. That's the scout right there, GTV. Always got some nice player profiles of some players that I keep my eyes on too. So whenever I see someone that I've been watching, it's interesting because I want to see your take. Sancho has not got a lot of pace, says Daniel E. I feel like he's got more than Kulusevski. Could we agree to that? Is that far off, Michael? What do you think?
You're still hating on Kulusevski.
I'm not still hating on Kulusevski. I'm just being honest. I don't know. Tell me in the chat. What do y'all think? Sancho's pace, yay or nay? Is he slow like a Kulusevski, or is he quick and nimble like a Bambi? Tell me what you think. Woof says Mark Swift. Michael, I'm interested. Do you think 40 mil for a keeper with 1 year left on his contract is a lot?
Get him in. He's one of the best shot stoppers in the league, man. I think he's he was the fourth best shot stopper in the league last season.
It's true.
I saw this morning.
What do you think about his ball work with the feet? You know what I mean?
Yep, I love it. He's going to fit the Ange style of play. He's going to be able to build up literally all the way from the back. We already know how Hugo is on the ball, man. Like, he's just not it with his feet in any capacity besides booting it downfield. But Raya's great, man. He's been great for Brentford. He's been one of the best keepers in the league for a few years now. So he's PL proven. That's the most important thing. He's Premier League proven, which excites me because, there's a lot of excitement, of course, when you get foreign players from other countries, either around Europe, whether it be like South America, hell, even America sometimes. But it's different when you've already proven yourself in the Premier League, one of the best, if not the best league in the world. You know what I mean? So the fact that he's proven, he's been consistent over the past few years, and he's been, like I said, one of the best shot stoppers in the league. Yeah, get me in. And by the way, Hugo conceded more goals than Raya, I believe, or he just missed out on goals conceded on Raya, and he played significantly, less games because obviously Hugo was out injured for a good portion of this past season. So that's just another thing to look at too.
It's a good point. That is a good point. I'm curious to see more because the stats don't lie when you look at shot stopping. That's a good stat that you bring up there. I thought when we played him, he had some really good saves as well versus us. So I heard him linked. It's one of those things where I wonder, playing under the bigger lights, the brighter lights, if you can really step up to that stage and really perform. You know what I mean? It remains to be seen. I'm not saying he can't do it. I just think 40 mil, how much is our budget? What are we talking for our transfer budget? You know, I know some people feel like maybe 40 mil is not a lot to really ask for. But if we're talking our budget's like 100 mil, 120 mil, that's 30% of that. That's 40%
you need a number one. That's the thing. You need one. And you need to get it.
That's fair. Hotspur says we just need to get the Raya deal done if he is who we want as a keeper. Problem is a negotiator. Talking Ball says 100 plus outgoings, I heard. And Son had surgery. Son had surgery. What are you talking about? Son had surgery.
He had surgery for a sports hernia.
Well, that's fun. Well, that's not too serious, is it? How serious is a sports hernia?
Nah, he'll recover. He's like questionable for the South Korea games this summer.
With post-surgery, physical therapy, and rehabilitation, people with a sports hernia can usually fully return to their sport or activities between 6 and 12 weeks.
He'll be all right. It's a month and a half. It's June. It's ready for preseason.
Okay. I'm
not worried. Apparently, we're not supposed to be worried.
We're not supposed to be worried about him going to Dananda? Go to Dananda with a hernia? Can you even fly when you have a sports hernia?
I don't know.
Because I think like the gravitational pull of the airplane or whatever might like pull it in or out. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to, give excuses, but it kind of explains now why he did have the season that he had. You know what I mean? Maybe he was just fighting through it for the majority of the season. It's a possibility.
But it's interesting because it is a possibility. It's interesting, though, to me because he actually started picking up his performances at the end of the season, which is when you would assume that he acquired it, right? Or if he was able to live with it through that point. I don't know. It's interesting because if he did, say, have that surgery in the middle or the beginning of the season, it would have ruled him out for the World Cup. You know what I mean? He probably didn't want to do that. So it's food for thought. I didn't know... Well, big up, son. Hope you feel better soon, man. So far, the rumor that sounds the fakest is Jadon Sancho to Spurs, according to the poll of 19 votes. So make of that what you will. I don't know.
Sir, is our guest ready to join?
I believe so.
Oh, he's ready. He's ready. We're going to bring him in. We have a very special guest today, ladies and gentlemen. He hasn't been on the live stream in a long time, at least with the both of us, and I'm very excited to see him again today. But nevertheless, it's Talking Ball's very own Colin. Welcome to the stream, my friend. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, at least since me and you have talked and spoken face to face, and it's good to see you, man. Welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, you guys.
I love the stash you got going on right now, man. It's fucking majestic.
I'm watching Ted Lasso for the first time, and I'm like, yeah, I need that. I love the dude. But yeah, man, thanks for having me on. This is great. You guys have been talking about some stuff already that I'm like, just like waiting to talk about. Just a quick thing, just a real quick thing. I think Son was carrying that injury most of the season. Like
makes you think, right? Makes you think.
That's kind of exciting in a way. You know what I mean? Like, we might get to see him fit again. People were like, oh, is Son over? Or is he, declining?
Some people were saying he was finished. And I said, what? Yeah. He's just having a bad year, man. Some players have it sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. But yeah, you guys doing well?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How about you, Jacob?
I'm like gravy on warm biscuits.
Damn.
I'll put it that way. Yeah, but the gravy could use a little warming up. You know what I mean? The gravy could use a little something. Maybe I should put hot sauce in it today. I don't know. Hey, maybe that's the move.
I'm bringing the gravy. Don't worry, man. I'll bring the heat for the gravy today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. SOF says Sancho only happens if he's included in a cash plus player deal for KANE. I don't know. I think you could get him off United for 50 alone by itself. I think that's the asking price, if I'm not mistaken. Scott M said earlier in the show, I can't take another season of Dyer or Davies or Sanchez or PEH or Royale. He was saying that specifically to you.
Right, and it was because I said that Dyer seems like a postecoglou type player, and so I could see him keeping him, and I could see him having a decent season. For some reason, when Dyer has a coach that like puts their arm around him, he seems to do a lot better. And you know what I mean? And somebody that kind of just says, "Hey, you're going to be the main man. You're like our important guy." I don't know. We've seen flashes of him be decent. We really have. I don't want it to happen. I don't think that that's best for the club, but I don't think we can get rid of feasibly as many players as we want to. I think he's pretty far down on the list of players that we like need to get out ASAP, especially for Postecoglou because of his attitude and like, you know, the way he's supposedly the super professional and he's like, you know, I don't know, hard man, not really, but you know, like that's how he presents himself. I think that Postecoglou will like it and keep him. I really do. He's the veteran in our defense right now, you know. Like I don't think it's the best idea, but I can see it happening. What about you?
In regards to who exactly?
Oh, Eric Dyer.
You think that Postecoglou could get a tune out of Eric Dyer?
I do, and I think that I think he's staying regardless. I think he's staying no matter what.
You think he's staying no matter what?
Yeah, I don't want him to. This isn't what I want right now, by the way. This is just like me looking into the future as best as possible. I see Højbjerg probably still here, and I see Dyer definitely still here. Sanchez is probably going. Davies might go, but might stay on too because he's on what, $70K a week and can play two positions, and you know what I mean.
The only one from this list that I would listen to staying at this club is Royale.
I know that, but
because I have a general rule: if you've been here for 4 or more years, you got to go. Especially if your name ain't Son or Kane.
I understand that for sure, but I'm just saying a new coach comes in, right? He can't just completely gut the team like a fish and bring in new people. I'm just saying, I don't think this year that he's going anywhere. I think that he'll be a starter in our defense. And I don't love that.
Why can't a manager come in and do that? Why can't we start ripping up some of these contracts and signing either a cat? I'd rather see Alfie Devine out there and whoever Romain Mundle than give me Pascozzi, whatever. I'd rather see someone else out there than some of these players that have been here for X amount of years. That's just my opinion.
No, and I don't disagree. I'm not giving opinions. I'm just giving my, you know what I mean, guesses as to what's gonna happen. I think you're right. But there's a thing. I mean, last time we gutted the team and added 7 people to it, it didn't go very well. For us after that, the recruitment was bad, of course. But you know what I mean. Like last time we splashed a lot of cash and bought a bunch of players. It didn't go super well. And so I think that Levy will be gun shy to kind of let that happen again. For some reason, Eric Dyer is viewed as like the consummate professional that's like the best, and you know what I mean, and great attitude, and can be hard man when he needs to be. This is just how he presents himself. This isn't how I see him, but I could just see Postecoglou kind of liking that, being sort of a hard man himself, and saying, yeah, man, we got a spot for you in our defense. Hope not, but if it happens, don't be surprised.
It'll be interesting for sure. I don't want Dyer at this club. He is a pariah. He is like being near, you know how helicopters, when they flew over Chernobyl and the fucking propellers stopped working? It's like that. You could have a perfectly fine helicopter, just don't fly it over Chernobyl's active radiator thing. And to me, that's what he is at this club. The closer you are to him, the longer you're around him, the sicker you're going to be, the worse you're going to be. And it proves time and time again with a number of these players. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah. Oh, and I keep stressing, not my opinion that he should stay. Just my opinion that I think he will. But
Son will decline at some point. Not many 30-plus wingers at the Big Six clubs, says SOF.
Ian Robin, I mean, didn't he play till he was like 35? Doing the exact same thing. Tottenham forever is on your side, dude. He's on your side. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not defending the worst.
What's up?
Oh, I'm saying I'm not defending any of these players that have been here for years, by the way.
No, they got to get gone. Royale's not the worst, but let's talk about the players who have been poor for years. Exactly. When I look at that list that we had just mentioned to Colin, my opinion is there's only one person on there who hasn't been here for 4+ years, and that was Royale. So I keep Royale by default. Rich says, think you're spot on. Levy wants to money for Dyer. And who's going to buy him? The best we can hope for is that Dyer is sat on the bench all year.
Someone from the championship can buy him.
Yeah, someone give him to Luton Town. Go play in someone's backyard. Have a good time, Eric Dyer. Hopefully they can afford his wages. I know they're going to get a fat ass check for that game they won. So all the power to him. I hope someone gets him. Maybe Bournemouth. That's kind of his level, in my opinion. So let's see him over there. And I can't wait till if Kane's still playing for us, he'll be bagging hat tricks on Eric Dyer all day. Training. He's got to take it easy on Dyer, right? That's got to be some kind of gentleman's agreement. Don't go too hard on Dyer. You're gonna make him cry and he's gonna text Levy just like Hugo texted Levy during halftime of that Newcastle game, saying, "Oh, Daniel, get me out of here."
To be fair, training's probably easy for Harry Kane. He's playing against our back line. Besides Romero.
Yeah, I gotta keep Romero on a leash. No 2 foots at practice. No 2 foots. Excuse me.
He probably still sneaks 1 or 2 in just because he can't hold it back.
I'll never forget whenever we were working for FC Dallas, Michael, that there was this one time a leader of the squad went in 2 foot on a young academy kid who was training with the squad that day, and I kept watching footage.
We never saw him the same ever since. Since then, we had
I was like, he's not as nice of a guy.
Wow, he got pissed.
Apparently the kid though was being kind of rough with everybody, so then he took it out on the kid. But I don't know, maybe that's just
That makes sense. I just remember the both of us being ooh, damn, that's how you're playing.
Rough.
A little rough. Daniel says, to be honest, Emerson turned his performances a bit. He's the best right back at defending, and get rid of the rest on that list though.
I even think he's a decent center back in a 3. I know we're not going to play with a 3 anymore, but
big up Bobby K. Bobby the bus man, big up. I'm talking PL Big 6. Son and Salah are the oldest starting wingers. Mars as a backup. If we want running and pressing for 90 minutes, we need youth around Kane, assuming he stays. I'm not opposed or of the mindset that Son couldn't do the pressing for 90 minutes or 87 minutes or 80 minutes and then bring someone in for 10 minutes. I think he could if they're playing the right system that kind of caters a little bit to more of an attacking mindset, which is what I want to see from Son.
More rotation though, man. He can't do that for however many games there are in a season. You know what I mean? He can't.
Yeah, we do need a solid left wing backup. And that's what someone brought that up about Kane. Someone brought that up about Kane was the fact that if he was high pressing again, like in the Pochettino system, I wonder if his ankle injuries would start coming back because of just the intensity and the wear and tear that he's going to be putting on. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah, like everything, just guesswork. But I mean, that's all we're doing here. It's just guessing. But yeah, I think that Sonny definitely. I think Sonny definitely.
Cubed.
But didn't we get Richarlison just for Son's backup? He plays best in that same position, right? So I think we have supposedly the club thinks we've got our Son backup already in Richarlison, right? He plays much better on the left than the right. Correct.
Bro, Richarlison no.
Depending on if we sell Kane, he's going to be the starting striker.
Hang on, Colin, you're coming in here, and one of the first things you're saying to me is that fucking Postecoglou is going to get a tune out of Eric Dyer, and then the next thing you're saying to me,
is that what I missed?
Yeah, you were gone for that, and I didn't even hear him the first time he said that because Colin, I was looking through the chat.
I don't want it to happen necessarily, but I think that he stays because who's going to take him, right? And we're not going to force him out because he's the veteran in the defense. And I think Postecoglou will want to keep some people around.
And back to Portugal. I don't care.
I mean, you don't, but he needs to get that. He needs to get that money. And I don't know. I bet you he stays. Gentleman's bet. Nothing, no money or anything, but just a nice gentleman's agreement bet that he stays and starts most of the season. That's my bet.
Well,
I guess we'll see what Big Ange thinks. That's all. That's what it comes down to ultimately.
I don't want it necessarily, but it just seems likely to me, especially with the way that things go around here.
Yeah, I would bet on him staying over him leaving, but you know my one or one of my two undying wishes.
I'm not
when I
championing
finally
for him
pass
to
away and Eric Dyer is still playing for Tottenham Hotspur and Ben Davies. They're both playing still.
Ben Davies would probably stay too, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is if Davies stays and we don't sign another left back, he's going to start Davies at left back. And when he, you know how his system kind of turns into a 3 at the back and the one of the fullbacks kind of moves up higher in the pitch, that's perfect for Porro. And then Davies would kind of like Mourinho did a little bit.
Exactly. 100%.
But obviously not to any sort of Mourinho degree. I'm just saying like that specific tactic.
I don't
sense.
disagree with you.
Unfortunately, I just don't want to see it happen. Like,
I know that but just something fresh and change.
Udogie's there. He's probably not as refined defensively as Davies yet. It remains to be seen in the Premier League, right? Hopefully he is. That way we could have Udogie in there instead of Davies.
And then put Emerson as the more defensive on the right.
That's another option.
More attacking on the left. Yeah, you could do the same thing, but just switch the sides for different opposite. For targeting a certain player, different opposition. That's actually a pretty cool idea, man. I like that.
Interesting.
I got a Fruit Gushers super sour berries.
My guy, I ate a bag of gummy worms.
Fruit Gushers. Wow. What a time. What did I pick in the poll? I'm going to say Spurs doing good business in the summer. Tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong. Come on. I'm saying you chose Spurs doing good business in the summer because it's fascishish. It's also just kind of clowning on us. Yep, I knew it. I knew that's the one you picked.
You're a genius.
Long time no see, Cubed. Hope you're doing well.
Well, long time no see, Cubed.
Is it bad that I voted for the Jadon Sancho one? Like, I am just still mind blown that we are even linked with Jadon Sancho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just, like, I would never have thought that would have ever been, like, an actual rumor.
Yeah, I mean, most of chat says that they agree with you that Jadon Sancho to Spurs is sounding the fakest of all the rumors. It's interesting because someone did pick the David Raya to Spurs. I didn't even think about including that one for a little bit because I was like, this one, I mean, Fab's tweeting it, everyone's tweeting it. It's obviously something that's on the cards. Doesn't sound fake at all, but someone said,
if I'm being honest right now, fake. I think it's going to happen, man. Everything points in the direction like it's going to happen. So we'll see. Hopefully we do get it over the line. We'll probably drag it throughout the entirety of the rest of June or whatever, and we won't get him in until like end of July. But it sounds like it's progressing towards hopefully an agreed deal. Raya wants the move, so it's just about whether or not we're going to pay for him.
SOF, Colin, I deliberately changed it so it wouldn't just fucking throw us around every time I pulled up a comment, but then it was covering your face.
Dang it.
SOF says, if Dyer and Davies stay and Longley signed, add Romero, that's 4 center backs. No, Europe, we won't need additional center backs because players will be getting pissed off sitting on the bench. We need to move Dyer and Davies. I agree. It's just a matter of finding someone to... What?
Dyer and Davies can be the bench boys when then we get starters.
Stop it, Colin. Tom, big up Tom. Big up Phil P in the house as well. Rich says, harder to take than Dyer staying is all this talk of giving Ndombele a chance. This is something I wanted to talk about, Michael. I know we were both big on the Ndom Daddy train. And I know we since died out ever since, his walking off.
I just don't think it's going to come to fruition. Like, I don't think he's going to come good and be the player that we want him to be.
And the
man can't consistently play for 90 minutes. Like, he doesn't play for 90 minutes.
Who said?
Even in Italy.
Who said it? Was it him or was it some news outlet reporting that he wanted to come back and fight for his position? Because I heard the same thing when Conte came in.
It was literally a fake Twitter account. It's the only thing that I've seen a fake like Ndombele Twitter account, and it was like, I'm coming back stronger. Like, watch out, Spurs.
But also, Harry Kane commented on his Instagram, "Big Boss Man." Why would Harry Kane comment "Big Boss Man" on a dude return? It wasn't even like his Scudetto winning photo, the congratulations. It was like him on a private jet and him like big boss man on the private jet. To me, that's a sign. Maybe Harry Kane's like, and Dom Daddy's coming to town, and I think he's going to work with maybe. And this is all speculatory because obviously that's kind of why I asked who said that.
Or maybe Harry Kane's social media team commented on the wrong account.
Charlie need to get it together, honestly.
Yeah, for real, Charlie.
Big up Mark Cousins, the sheriff's in town. The grandpa sheriff. He's a newly grandpa. Big up yourself, Mark. Yeah. Tom says apparently Ndom Daddy is well liked by the squad. Yeah, of course he is. Why would anyone hate him? I mean, let's take a second here.
He looks like a bro.
But let's take a second. He was brought in to play under Pochettino, and he didn't get that chance. So then he played under Jose. I mean, Jose Mourinho's system's not necessarily fit for a guy like Tanguy and Ndombele, especially with his work rate. Then he comes here and Conte's similar, this system that doesn't really cater to him. He wants to be catered to. I'm not saying that this is a guy that we need to keep. He's a definite, like, we need to surefire work him in. But if we're talking in order of, like, ranking, Giovanni Lo Celso to me has got to be more of a priority to get out the door because of his attitude. Tanguy and Ndombele, I do believe he could come good, and he's very well liked in the locker room. So
just such an amazing skill set. Like, I know that it doesn't matter if he can't do it for 90 minutes or whatever, but the things he can do with the ball, no one else on our team can do. We don't have anybody that can do what he does. He's like, if Sarr was like twice as good, you probably have, you know what I mean? Like, they perform similar roles, I feel like, on the pitch. But Ndombele is best as a 10, man. I don't think he's best at any kind of like a midfield pairing. You know what I mean? Like an anchor, or like he's not a 6 or an 8. He's a 10 for sure. And played there. He's an exciting player, man. He really is. We've seen it. But
yeah, he's fun. He had some success under Jose Mourinho. That's restricted in what makes him what I think makes him a good player anyway. Perchy says, big up, Perchy. Big up on your show earlier. Tom says Lo Celso completely the opposite. Only spoke to Romero. No, not a granddad yet in the new year. Oh, I thought you were gonna be. My fault. But big up. Congratulations before. We're doing it again. Why keep Ndombele? Says Mr. Box Office THFC, the one and only. If you don't know, get to know.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up.
Subscribe to the channel if you really want to know. What's
up, Box Office?
Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Big up Chris Agambar. Here's the thing. I'm looking at my list. Maybe we need to do a show about like our priority of get the fuck out my house. I don't know. Maybe I can't title it that because of monetization issues, but I want to do something of like, and I'm going to lightly go over it. First on my list is Eric Dyer has to go. Hugo Lloris has to go. Those are the first two I'm booting out the door. The next is Ben Davies and Davinson Sanchez.
Sanchez first, then Davies, though, right?
I don't care. Get them both gone.
Just rank them, bro. Just pick one.
For you, I'm putting Davies higher. Get him the fuck out faster for calling from talking ball.
I'm gonna break my mouse.
Break your mouse. Meow, meows, meows. That's the only thing. And then we got to look at also who's coming back. Harry Winks, whenever he walks foot in that door, it better be a different key card. He better not have the password to get in that building again. It needs to be that meme. You know what I'm talking about, Michael.
Daniel, I'm going to be locked out, buddy. I missed.
Wasn't it Jamal Adams? Was it Jamal Adams?
Yeah. It was Jamal Adams, yeah. It was Jamal Adams. Big up Jaw Dank. If y'all know the meme, you know the one I'm talking about, where the guy's trying to walk in and the key card won't open up the door to get into the... He's like, I guess they fired me. It needs to be like that. That's the energy we need to keep for Harry Winks, honestly. Everyone is in the house tonight. Big up the chat, says Tom81. Big up. Yeah, everyone coming in. Big up, hit a like, participate in the poll. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. What's the fakest rumor that we're hearing right now? Squad needs a lot of trimming to bring in the new. We only need 15 to 17 first team players. Yeah, we don't need 24, right? Because we're not in Europe. So a lot of fans think we can keep 25 players happy with limited minutes. Not happening. Ange's first 11 will get majority Premier League minutes. For me, again, that's why I got high. The most important people to get out the door per Jacob in Texas, USA is Eric Dyer, Hugo Lloris, Harry Winks. These guys cannot be here anymore. I can't stress that enough. We don't have to keep up with some kind of weird UEFA English quota. It's all going to be good. Just get him out. Give him the Matt Doherty. Give him the Matt Doherty. You know what I'm talking about. Rip up that contract. Just rip it up. Take the loss. Say goodbye. That's just how I feel. Winks. He's invited to the punch out. He's always invited. Voted the summer business. You think that is the biggest? Summer business might come out and get second. It was looking like no one wanted to go. KANE Lee to PSG done. So that's KANE Lee off the table for Tottenham Hotspur. Michael, we were talking about that a little bit. Why did you want KANE Lee? I saw some comps. Dude. He looked like a ball. I don't watch Mallorca.
I've seen the comps too, man. He's an exciting player. He's a really, really talented midfielder. I just think that he'd be great, an up and coming young star, and apparently PSG agree. So unfortunate, but I knew he was never going to come here.
Yeah,
I think moving to PSG is a pretty stupid career move, both for managers and players. But
I should have gone to like Madrid or something.
Yeah, if you're going to go to a super team, go to one that actually wins stuff.
Or go to Tottenham Hotspur. Maybe that would be a good one for him. Is that Conte thing in the trash yet? It's right here, buddy. You know I keep it on deck. Mike, this is for you. I was literally on Instagram this morning. I saw a story of Antonio Conte's story, and I was like, I'm about to unfollow this motherfucker right now.
And
I did
oh
not.
Oh my God.
I did not, but wow. I'm going to. It's on my mind. I'm ready to break up, but it's on my mind. Maybe once I change the fucking intro. I didn't play it today because of the little picture that comes up. I need to change that picture to the Ange postecoglou kayaking one because I haven't changed it. But big up Wayne Bonner, another YouTube member in the house, says, sup everyone, hope you're all well. Hope you're well as well, Wayne Bonner. Hope you're doing well, my friend. If Madison goes to Newcastle, I go for Ezzy. I've been hearing talk about this Madison going to Newcastle. Abrici Ezzy, if that's how you say his name, I'll figure it out one day. I really rate him. He's been playing as kind of that cam role, and I've also heard that he's supposed to be on the wing. He's a natural winger. I don't care if he can play the cam, and he's proven it in the Premier League, which he did this season whenever Patrick Vieira got sacked. What's his name? Roy Foreskin came in and started playing him as the cam, and guess what he did? He started bagging goals. You couldn't stop the man from scoring. He was dancing, hitting him with the biggie. It was nice. I like this player, Ezzy. I like Olise. I think Crystal Palace is one of the squads we should be acquiring some of their talent. That's just my opinion. Michael, what do you make of Ezzy? Do you like him?
Yeah, I wanted us to sign him before we went to Crystal Palace. I loved watching him when he was on QPR. Really talented player. He had an unfortunate injury. What was it, last season or the year before? I forget. That kept him out a while. I think it was a knee injury of some sort. Really talented midfielder too, man. I think he would be a great addition for Big Ange's system. I just don't think it's going to happen. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those deals that I just don't feel like in my gut that has a chance this summer. I don't know. Hopefully Levy proves me wrong, but we know how it goes.
Would you guys take Wilfried Zaha on a free?
On a free? Definitely.
Yeah, on a free.
Me too. I kind of want that guy. I know he's still got maybe a year left on his contract. It's ending. It's coming to. He had that extremely long contract, so that like nobody.
He might be a free agent right. He might be a free agent right now.
I kind of think
back
maybe
in like what we were linked in women like what 2018 or something like that.
I think he is a free agent right now.
I still want him, you guys. I want him just for we don't have very much offensive shithousery. You know what I mean? It's
I would rather have him as a backup than Lucas Moura.
Yeah, for sure. And he's got.
I know it's not a high bar to set.
No, but
Lucas
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
salute you.
So
fascist fucker. Tottenham Forever says shit attracts shit. That's a good point. PSG have signed 3 players: Ugarte, Asensio, and KANE Lee. They're doing business. Good for them.
They're funded by a country.
Yeah, I'm just glad that they got Ugarte because it took them off Chelsea. Took them off everyone that if they're doing business, that's fine. That's fine with me. Let's see. Tom says Sanchez, Dyer, Winks, Sessegnon, Lo Celso out the door ASAP. I can agree more. All those names need to go. Where is the Ange one to replace Conte? I'm waiting for a holiday. Someone got me this.
I just looked it up. There's not one yet online.
I'm gonna 3D print one for you guys.
Do it. I'll have it in the background somewhere, or I'll have it right here in every single stream. I'll show it.
You gotta get out.
Big Ange.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll see if I can find. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna be tough, but that'll be my new project.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
3D print me also while you're at it, because I mean, if you're going to 3D print and then you're going to mail it, there's going to be some expenses in that. So I would say print me an Ange postecoglou on a kangaroo. All right, I want that as one, and then the second one I want is like that the Tottenham cockerel that's sitting on top of the stadium.
This. I want this.
I might have to,
Big Ange.
That's
on
awesome.
A mug.
Where are you seeing that? Send me the link. Put the link in the private chat. I want that.
Yeah, this is fire. Vive la Revolution.
I'm gonna own that.
Just wanted to show you all that.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Big Ange, man, I'm on board. Get on the train or get the fuck out of the way. It's on the tracks. It's moving.
Oh yeah, dude. I've been excited. I've been excited. Oh, link to Saudi Arabia. Zah's always been about money, so that doesn't surprise me.
Wayne Bonner, with a take here, says, I find Madison to be overrated. I'd play Hill as a cam and Kulu if we get him in and alternate the two in that role. Honestly, I don't think Brian Hill's suited for this league. I think he's
I'd
better.
rather have James Madison than Brian Hill.
Yeah, I'd rather have Eze than
100%.
Brian Hill. I'd rather have.
Sorry, Wayne.
I have a long list ahead of Brian Hill that I would want. I mean, I know he's our player, but maybe he's a potential bait. We could send him and someone else on like a package deal and get a big lump sum. I don't know. Maybe we could get creative. I just don't think Hill's suited for the Premier League. He's going to get bullied way too much. That's just my opinion. Eze for 15 to 18 from QPR back then would have been a steal. We probably would have ruined him, though. That's true. Yeah. I want to add the little caveat to the Richie Eze thing. There was, I think last year, just after lockdown, there was a video that came out from Crystal Palace of some social work that Eze was doing, and he seems like a very charitable man, a very like well-to-do man, in my opinion. So I like his character as well. He checks out in that department.
That's good. Yeah, that's important for Spurs. Always has been. Virgil van Dijk should have gone a long time ago. Not even.
Oh, for sure. No, this is a tale as old as time. We've been calling for Eric Dyer to be out of the squad for a while.
How funny that United wanted to pay us big bucks for him, but we said no. And the funny thing is, I don't think Dyer physically is that bad of a player, but I think it's the fact that he tried to be proficient in like 3 areas and got eventually proficient in none. You know what I mean? Like we moved him around, tried him in so many spots. I feel like he never settled into any one position.
Can I admit something?
Yeah.
I also did not want to sell him to Man United back in the day.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. He was coming. It was after the 16-17 season.
Yeah, bro. Good. I agree. He really was. And then him and Dele had such a good him and Dele had such a good romance, but then Dele started to be
man, the OG bromance.
But then Dele started to be kind of a D bag, and Dyer was like, I'm into art. I go to art studios, look at art, and
then Dyer fell off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it all went wrong for the both of them. It was the bromance that ended.
Yeah, could be.
No, he was actually decent for like.
I'm never saying that.
Never again. Well,
right,
actually, I guess he was decent. What 2021? 21 or 20?
I'm trying to box office here though. I never said. In fact, I caveated it like 18 times with this isn't what I want to happen, but I think that Dyer's going to stay and Postecoglou is going to play him. I don't want that to happen. It just seems likely to me, just with the way this club works.
Unfortunate.
Our inability to get rid of players, and then the type of personality that Dyer has, I feel like will appeal to Postecoglou, and he'll think, "Oh, I can get a tune out of this guy, mate. He seems like a right fighter, mate." And then it won't work out. But I definitely see him trying it. We'll see how preseason goes. Has that started? I can't get on Reddit, so the Spurs subreddit is like
we have a match in a month, so we better get started on something soon.
Yeah.
If you look at the fucking Tottenham website, you look at our upcoming match. It is in a month's time in Perth, I think it is. I'm gonna look at our
game, right?
Yeah, it's the start of our first preseason match, July 18th at 5 p.m. I hope it's not 5 a.m. I think it's at 5 p.m. A friendly, Optus Stadium, Perth, Australia, July 18th. Okay, a little more than a month from now, we have a match, y'all. So we need to get to work.
Hey, put up Scott's comment, will you? He's the most recent.
I see this. Oh yeah,
he was decent, Scott. First two seasons,
he was. You can't deny it. When he would play with Toby and Jan, and would like alternate into that back
he had
three
a
or
better
into
supporting cast around him, but still, like,
he
was decent.
Offering, exactly.
Unbiased take there from Mike, and you know how much I hate Dyer, y'all. Unbiased.
Yeah,
I have to say
good.
he was decent for 2 seasons.
I agree with this. If Postecoglou plays Dyer, I'm going to be pissed at him. Like, bro, if I'm Postecoglou and I come into this and say, look, you gave me a 4-year contract to turn this thing around, I'm sitting him on the bench at the most in the 18, at the most. I wouldn't even accept that. I would say this guy has got to go, send him on loan, send him anywhere but here, and I'll fucking put it. I'd rather put my ass on the line with an academy player, with someone who has a mindset of, I'm going to do the damn job and not be,
play the video. Play the video.
Play the. Oh, you want this?
And you guys never win anything, right? No. And you guys never win anything, right? No.
I have that on repeat and his locker. I put a flat screen up at his locker, and I have that clip just fucking repeating. And anytime he wonders, why am I not in the Colin? Anytime he wonders, why am I not in the fucking 18? Why am I not getting any game time? I'll say, look at the flat screen that I put up in your locker.
Where you're basically just S-ing that dude's D just for some attention, man. What's that guy's name again? The guy from Barstool.
What's his name? Ian Rappaport or whatever.
Dave
his name
Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy. Yeah, he's the worst. Why is he fangirling out over Portnoy like that?
Because he's a fucking loser.
I thought he was a good person, but good people don't really like that guy. So
no.
Mr. Box Office getting ready to unleash. I sent Box Office the link. Box Office the link. I sent him the link. So if Alex, if you want to join, come have your say. Tell Colin he's a madman.
Oh man, I'll go one-on-one with him. That sounds fun. I haven't ever got to do that. You
go one-on-one with the Box Office. Good luck.
I ain't scared.
Hi Tom, another YouTube channel member. I'd take Jadon Sancho is what he says. Yeah, me too. I wouldn't be mad about Jadon Sancho. Just don't want to spend all of our transfer budget on a fucking attacker when we need a center back. But I'd take Jadon Sancho, especially if we don't pick up that Kulu option, because that's 35 mil that we could play with. So, yeah, so I would do that. I would do it. If Ange keeps Dyer, he might as well get ready to walk in 6 months. He's not good enough to play a high line. I agree with that. He was good, but never good enough for me, says Tom. Regarding Dyer, Dyer's only a squad player under POCH, says Mark Cousins. Eric Dyer, it's time to go. I agree. POCH didn't want Dyer for pressing team. Why would Ange? Well, that's a good point. Dyer was only a squad player under Pochettino.
No, he was a starter. He was a starter. Eric Dyer, it's time to go. Yes, it is time to go. You want to talk about the new kit? Kit talk?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
We haven't talked about it yet on the channel. Colin, you're too nice, man. You donated to your own stream. You're a legend.
You're on channel, and you're saying you just wanted to get this out that Dyer and Davies are not leaving, not saying starters.
Yeah, but they'll be here. I promise.
Jacob, so I always ask for your opinion every year, and it's usually it's a very strong take when it comes to our kits. Like first take is very strong, depending on what time of the day that you're looking at it. But I do need to ask, my friend, what are we rating this out of 10? This new home kit?
5.
Okay. Tell me
5. I really was underwhelmed. I thought it wasn't enough of a change from what we had when Nuno was here with the all whites. It just kind of put there's very subtle barcodes in the background, I guess, is what that's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I don't know what
it looks like the stadium, right? I think that's the vibe.
I don't think it looks like the stadium. I don't think so. Like, what did they take it and then they made it horizontal? That don't make sense to me.
Like the
I get that
the pattern. I think that's what they were going for.
It's. I mean, it's nice, but so does this mean we're playing with white shorts?
Yeah, that's what I was also asking too. I was like, dang. So like the 1 year we're not playing in Europe, we're going to be playing in all white every game.
Is that Levy's idea to make us forget that it's not a European game? He's like, the all white kits. So it's Same shit,
I
right,
think
guys?
we were prepared for European football when they made this kit because it looks fine all white. Like I'm sure
Put some
seeing
blue shorts on
Son,
that,
seeing
it'll look
Kane,
stupid.
Bissouma, blue shorts is just gonna look basic. It's just gonna look it's not too far away from where we've been in similar years, which I guess is fine. But honestly,
That's
Nike's
Nike
always
for you.
underwhelming me. I guess I've just been beaten into submission by Nike. To be fair, last season I hated the kit when it first dropped, Michael. I think is what you're referring to when you said I'm strong opinion about these, but I hated it. But as soon as I saw us playing in it, I fucking fell in love, and I ended up buying one.
It was a good kit. It was just a shitty
I like,
season,
it was a good
very
kit.
fondly.
Yeah. Well, I do like the kit. So maybe it'll grow on me. For right now, I'm very, very underwhelmed. Not impressed. I'm hoping the leak of the away kit is not true either because that one looks really bad in my opinion.
Is that the gray one? Well, third. I think that's third.
I think that's the third.
That's the
one.
third. Yeah,
that one's awful. You didn't like the rumored away kit? I actually didn't mind it. I thought it's better than.
I haven't seen it.
The one with the collar.
That's the third kit, right? The gray one.
The one with the iridescent logo is supposed to be our away kit.
Yeah, isn't it blue?
No, it's
Isn't
like
it
purple, gray,
blue?
and blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I saw a different one. For
Very
me,
underwhelming
man,
as well.
I'm going 6 or 7. I'm debating whether to bump it up to a 7 out of 10 or not. I'm gonna settle on a 6.
It's clean.
I think this I think this kit is clean, but it doesn't really do anything for me like anything else. You know what I mean? Like it's a cool look. I love the vibe. You know, I love lily white. I love when we use as much of it as we can on a home kit. But for me, like I don't know, man. Like nothing is telling me that I need to get this kit. And sometimes, like some years, there are home kits that are telling me, yeah, I need to get this kit. It's clean. This one, it's just not screaming, come get me for me. That's just me. What about you, Colin?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going 6.
Like
6
like
out of
Mark
10.
said, like Mark said, I mean, it's a Nike kit. They're never very exciting. They always seem like somebody like on Reddit could have done a better job at designing them. You know,
Yeah.
It's like they give the job to like interns or something. But no, I mean, it's fine. We'll play some good matches in it, and I'll want one. Something like that'll happen. But at the time, I'm with you guys. I'm not rushing out to buy it. I might get me a fake. I might order it off DHgate tomorrow.
Unless we somehow like win a cup or something this year, and we win in that kit, that might be like the one I eventually get. But like right now,
you brought up a good thing that we got to talk about later. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry, but we got to talk about. So we can all agree we don't really have a chance at the Premier League. You know what I mean? Like especially this season, new manager, all the stuff that's going on. But cups, I'm excited to see how seriously Postecoglou will take the cups.
Yeah,
that's important. That's our only chance of winning the trophy this year. And I don't know.
I would love an FA Cup, man.
I wanted you guys' opinion if you think he's going to go for him or not.
I hope so because it's the only chance of silverware.
And doesn't one of the cups get you? No, none of them get you a European spot. I forgot. That's stupid.
Doesn't the FA Cup get you Europa?
That would be sick. That would be really cool. And then
does it? I thought I saw that the other day.
I kind of think that might be true.
Doesn't the FA Cup get you Europe?
Wrong.
I don't think so. Maybe. What the fuck do I know?
But it's because like City or like Liverpool always win it, so like they're already in Europe anyways. But I low key think that if you win the FA Cup, you get into Europa, right?
Automatically qualify for the Europa League group stage.
Oh, you learn something new every day, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom, baby.
I learned that the other day. I forgot where I saw that, but I did see it on Twitter the other day. How if you win the FA Cup, you qualify for Europa League. But like it makes sense because every single year, I think besides the year that Arsenal won it, right? Like every single year, the team that wins it is already in either Champions League or Europa League.
FA Cup gets Europa, Carabao Cup conference qualifiers according to Tom and Hotspur. So those are our insiders. Also, shout out at whoever the fuck on Twitter our other sources of information. But big up Tom and Hotspurs for clarifying that. So yeah, go win the FA Cup. Fuck it, we'll get into Europa, and then we'll go win that, and then that's 2 trophies 2 seasons for under Ange Postecoglou, and everyone can be like, "Oh, we should have." We weren't in position to win trophies, and that'll be fun.
Back to your point, Colin. Like if we don't go for one of the cups, then what are we playing for this season? You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, because I feel like top 4 is not easily attainable. I mean, it's not impossible. Crazy stuff happens all the time.
We're like the 7th best team probably in England, or the 6th best team in England.
But that's over a whole season. You got to win matches against terrible teams. Seasons long. It could happen for sure. But I think that putting all of your eggs in that basket is goofy and wrong. And so I hope that he puts out a strong team for the Cups, because while we may sneak top 4, people are going to be mad at me for saying that, but it's possible. Like, it's a long season. You got to play a lot of those teams that are going to sit back, grind out wins. They get points against the bigger teams a lot. Like, if we could just take the points from the teams below us, we could put ourselves in a good spot, man. But still, banking on that is stupid. Top 4 as a trophy is stupid, and I want us to actually go for cups, which seems like something that he, you know what I mean? I mean, at Celtic, he had the best squad and a deep squad and could afford to do that, but I hope that he brings that with him here. And, we actually
go for the FA Cup, man. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Then you don't even have to worry about where we finish in the league. Then you can just worry about the vibes during the league games. If we lose 5-4, so be it. But at least we score 4 and we look good doing it. You know what I mean? But if we got to go for some glory, man. Like, the league should not be a priority this season, in my opinion. And kind of like you were saying, Colin, like Champions League, I don't even think that's even realistic at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
There are 5-6 teams right now that are better than us. So I don't know, man. It remains to be seen. But I'm not holding my breath for anything top 4 related.
Absolutely, myself included in that. Don't really care anymore. Think European spots is a big ask. Yeah, we'll win the FA Cup. We'll get European spots. Oh, what a time. Thank you, Colin, for the super chat. Thank you for that. Big up yourself. I also want to say before we end off here, I know it's been a short one, but we got other things I got to do. So nice little short stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please do hit that like. Got 33 likes and 43 votes in the chat. So 10 of you either forgot or you hating. And either way is fine. Just hit a like on your way out if you can. If you're watching this on playback, please do smash that like as well. It does help with the algorithm. So big up Colin with the loan and super chat of the day. Big up yourself. Big up everyone in the chat as well who's been here. Big up the Patreon members. We'll definitely have something back on Tuesday. Might have something in between if there's some breaking news or whatever. But
real quick, Jacob, before we sign off, I also wanted just to give a shout out to how awful the new font, and I know you feel strongly about this too.
Oh, fuck
Jacob.
me, bro.
These new fonts are trash.
That looks like
trash.
I hate it. They're trying to go with the Liverpool font in fucking letters, and I hate theirs.
Liver Spurs.
I hate it. I hate it.
We wonder why teams make fun of us.
I hate it so much.
I just wanted to give an anti shout out, if you will, on that, because it is disgusting.
Nike fucking hates us.
I swear, man. But thank you guys so much for listening and watching along to the United Spurs of America podcast. And Colin, thank you so much again for joining us today.
Yeah,
again,
thank you for having me, guys.
We know it was a short stream, but like Jacob said, we do have other stuff to get to today, unfortunately. But stay tuned for next week. We'll be joining you same time, same place, most likely. But stay locked on our socials. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, like Jacob said. And on the way out, hey, if you haven't if you didn't vote in the poll, that's okay. As long as you hit like and subscribe.
I'm going to end the poll right now, by the way.
That's all good.
Jadon Sancho won.
Look at that. And I voted for that one. I can't lie.
Yeah, Jadon Sancho won.
Prove me wrong, because Jadon Sancho would be kind of exciting, to be honest. I wouldn't mind that.
I'd be stoked about it.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Like I said, stay tuned into our social media channels. We'll let you guys know when the next stream will pop up. Thank you guys so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Big up the lads. And Jacob?
Come on, Ange Postecoglou. Get some fucking players in. Hey, big up the kangaroos.